Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about why making money doesn't actually have to be that difficult. But before I do that, I want to mention to you guys, I have a free school community. It's a like-minded group of men. We share our wins, we share our losses. A lot of guys provide insight into what they're going through in life, or what their goals are, what they've discovered, right? And I also have 2 free courses in there. So I have a course on how to accelerate your finances, right? How to get that together. And I also have a course on how to better your health, right? Some unique ways that I work on my health that I don't really dive too much into here on YouTube. So if that sounds like you, right, if that's something that's down your alley, click the link down below. So anyways, making money, right? A lot of people feel or get the sense that making money is hard, right? Because, some of us, right, have grown up without money, right? Or we've grown up in a family or around friends, maybe who were middle income, upper, maybe lower middle class or middle class, right? But we've never actually think about how many rich people you've met in your life, right? Because a lot of us, we've been alive for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but have you ever talked to a multimillionaire? Have you ever talked to a billionaire in person? Have you ever, you know what I mean? It's like, these people are so rare. And I think, you hear all the time that money doesn't grow on trees, right? Like, you have to work for money. And it's like, I do agree in some sense that, yes, you do need some hard work up front, right, to make money, right? That's a given. That's not something that's generally not accepted. But I think in total, right, as life progresses, right, like when you're making millions of dollars, it's actually not, you're not doing hard work at that point. Like, you're not killing yourself. Think of like all of these like real estate investors who have like, hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in passively each month. Some of them millions of dollars each month. They're not working hard for their money. What are they doing? They have people renting, right? But that's about it. They're not doing any difficult work, right? They might have to, call up some property managers or figure something out if something goes wrong, right? But at the end of the day, they're not doing no freaking hard ass work. They're not doing long ass hours. Now, obviously, they may have to, like I said, figure out some little technical things, that go wrong with the property or whatever. But, or people who like invest in stocks, right? Who are, long-term holders, or even like day traders, right? Like, or swing traders. Like, that's not hard work. You're pressing buttons, right? Now it's difficult, right, if you don't know what you're doing, but the act of pressing a button and selling is not that hard, right? So in general, I think as you progress, like financially, right, like even think of in a corporate setting, right? I think of like the people who are in corporate right now, the supervisors. They make a lot of money, but they're not working as hard as me. They're not working as hard as the people that I work with. Even if they make, like the director of operations and the operations supervisors, like all these people who make, $100,000 to $300,000 a year, they're not doing anything crazy, right? Like my director of operations came to our store yesterday, right? And he did like a walk of the area, right? Like of all the 8 stores in our area. Bro, what is he doing that's so difficult? He literally goes into each store, right? Does a little walk, sees what needs to be improved on or what needs to be corrected, talks to the general manager, and that's it. That's all. That's really all they do, right? And it's like, of course there might be some other things that go into it, but they're doing stuff from a digital standpoint, right? They're doing stuff that's over the phone. They're not killing themselves, right? And they're certainly not dealing with a shit ton of headaches, right? They probably do have some headaches, right? But they're not dealing with the headaches that people in like a actual physical environment are dealing with, right? So I think your goal when it comes to like making money, in an easy way, is especially when it comes to like a lot of money, I feel like you want to aim towards more of the digital landscape, right? And that's not to say that there's not value in being in a physical location, right? Because everyone starts out there, but that's a starting point, right? You don't want to end there. You don't want to be in a spot where you're in a physical location making an hourly wage, right? Like that's not the goal, right? You want to have assets. You know, even if you don't have a business, you know, you could still be rich with a bunch of assets, you know? So, and you know, just if you want to work like, you could work like security, right? And just be sitting there, you know, managing your assets on your computer or working on a business, right? Like what, like money doesn't have to be such a hard thing that we think of, like that has to be done. Like, you know, I just feel like people have this idea that like making money is like hard. You know what's hard? I'll describe exactly what it is. It's hard when you don't see the results, right? It's hard when you don't see like the fruits come from your work. That's really where we get trapped. Like for example, when I make these YouTube videos, like it's hard. It's not hard making these videos. I'm talking. It's easy, right? You know, sometimes I have to come up with ideas, or sometimes I have to think about how I'm gonna say something. But in general, the act of me doing what I'm doing right now in front of you as you're watching this right now is a lot easier than picking up a bunch of freaking boxes, right? And walking over to a barrel, or, you know, just whatever, doing some like heavy lifting sort of activities, right? It's simple, but it's harder, right? It's more taxing. This is not as taxing as that, right? So, but anyways, going back to my point, like the hardest thing about this is when I upload these videos, they don't get views, right? Now my brain is thinking like, damn, we just produced something, right? We just did some work and there was no result, right? Like that's what's hard about it. The act of like actually making these videos, and you know, sometimes the videos getting, you know, thousands and thousands of views, like that's easy, right? Because I'm not doing it. I'm not posting the videos to the algorithm, right? And I'm not doing anything, right? YouTube's posting my videos to the, you know, getting my videos to the algorithm. I'm not doing that, right? So anyways, I'm just trying to like prove a point that like making money doesn't actually have to be something that's difficult, right? And when your stocks go up, right, you're not doing it, right? So it really comes down to like, you know, taking you out of it, right? And that's not to say that you don't, that's not to say that you won't be somehow involved in it, right? Like I'm obviously involved in these videos. I'm involved in managing my portfolios, my stock portfolios, and you know, my retirement accounts and all that, right? But I'm not actually doing that much work, right? Like it's kind of easy. When you put money into stocks, like I said, that money's working for you. When I post a video and the video, you know, gets a large outreach, that's the algorithm working for me. I don't have to do anything to push my video. YouTube pushes my video, right? So, you know, and like I said, people will be like, oh, that's a lazy, you know, that's a lazy attitude. You know, why do you know, you're not encouraging people to work hard. Like, you know, not everyone can be a YouTuber. Not everyone can have investments. You're right. Not everyone wants to be a YouTuber though, right? And then with investments, anyone can invest, right? You don't have to be a freaking smart aleck, right? You don't have to be the biggest genius to put money into a retirement account, right? Even a basic 401k or a basic high yield savings account. You don't have to be that smart, right? So I just want to kind of like bring this to the limelight that, you know, Earth is an abundant source of everything, right? Food, money, people, and there's always abundance, right? Like, you know, we feel like there's such a scarcity of money. We feel like it's so hard to obtain, or only a certain few are able to, you know, like acquire it. But, you know, it's funny, in the book, The Science of Getting Rich, right? Like the author literally says like money will be printed, you know, whenever the earth will never, basically he said like the earth will never run out of money. Like there's money will just be printed. Like there will always be an endless supply. It's like oil and shit. There's always going to be oil. There's always going to be natural resources. Now, the scarcity comes from humans hoarding stuff, right? Like, you know, when humans withhold stuff from other humans, okay, well, that's when scarcity happens, right? But there's no such thing as like a scarcity of like money or food, right? The earth is abundant. So it's not so much, you know, about, you know, people not like having the ability to make money, like the rich are withholding money from us, or, you know, whatever, or, you know, we're getting taxed. It's people just don't know the ins and outs of how like rich people actually think, right? Like rich people think, like I said, in terms of assets, in terms of algorithms, in terms of like simplifying things. Like, you know, even like Elon and Trump, like they're trying to make more things with AI, because it's like, yeah, that cuts down so much of labor, right? And you know, some people say that's for good or for bad, right? But if you're a business guy like Donald Trump or Elon Musk, like that's a good plan, right? So anyways, I kind of wanted to just bring that to the light, and hopefully this will help you guys when it comes to your pursuits, whether it's with your business or with your investment portfolios, right? Like money is something that doesn't have to be so hard to attain, or doesn't have to be so hard to manage, right? So anyways, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.